What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, check the link below. You see a Patreon account. You click it, you become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to. So click the link. Now, with that being said, we are here today to do something different. We are going to review a album. So Kendrick Lamar's album just dropped about 2 days ago, and it's called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right? And this is Kendrick Lamar's, I believe is what, fourth project with TD, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, because about four. Yeah. Anyway, so this is fourth project with TDE, not counting like Section 80 and overly dedicated. We're not counting those. Those are like mixtapes to me. But anyway, yeah. So this project, honestly, I will get more into detail about how I really feel about it as a whole. But what I want to do is I want to point out some things that stood out to me. Now, number one, the best tracks on the album, in my opinion, are We Cry Together. We Cry Together is a track where he's going back and forth with a female artist. I can't remember her name, something Page. And they're arguing, and it's like a couple just going back and forth arguing. It just seems like some regular ass like hood argument shit you hear from in the neighborhood every single damn day. So, but the flow and the cadence of the rhyme scheme just is so damn perfect. The way they play off of each other is just ridiculously perfect in my opinion. I thought that was one of the tracks out of the whole album that shined the most. Some people don't like the track because they feel like it's toxic. Some people are like, oh, it reminds me of that Eminem track with Kim. I don't give a shit about none of that. This track stands out. That Alchemist production, fucking fantastic, man. Like that beat, what they rapping about, everything. The only thing that throws me off a little bit is the hook, obviously, because it's not really a hook. It's just motherfuckers just saying, saying bitch like about a billion times. But overall, like I said, the rhyme scheme, the back and forth and everything like that, that is one of the best tracks on the album, hands down. Now, another track that I liked was Mother I Sob, right? Oh, Mother I Sober. I believe that's the name is called Mother I Sober. And this is the track where I believe Kendrick Lamar is talking, and he's talking about how he was. It's a track I've listened to a few times, but I feel like I need to really sit down and really digest it more. But it seems, from what I'm gathering from the track, is like basically he was asked if he was molested by a relative at a young age, which he denied, and they didn't believe him. And because of this caused a lot of like family tension, and basically it caused a lot of problems within the family and within himself, and things that he has to eventually go and seek therapy for, because he realized that it caused a lot of destruction in his own life. And Kendrick Lamar does this really well when he talks about his own personal life, when he talks about his demons, when he talks about the skeletons in his closet. He doesn't hold back. He really goes in. And Kendrick Lamar is a freaking hell of a storyteller, and he does a freaking amazing job at that. And the theme of this album seems to be breaking generational curses, and that's, like I said, a lot of people didn't like the We Cry Together track, but it's to point out the flaws in not only like, when I say like our people, I'm not just talking about black people, I mean just our generation as a whole. Like we have these problems, and these things are things that we carried over from the previous generation, and it's time to break them. And this song particularly was highlighting like, you know what, like it's time to break the curse of like not telling on or not pointing out that person in the family that's causing harm to like our family members and abusing them. So kudos to Kendrick for doing that. Another track that stood out to me was Father Time. This track, Kendrick Lamar is just rapping constantly about his dad and growing up, and I guess wanting to be like the apple in his father's eye, but it was just like no matter what he did, it doesn't seem like it lived up to what his dad wanted, because there's one line where he says like, everything that my dad didn't like was everything that I was, or something along those lines. And that shit stood out to me. It's crazy. That line right there and that song right there is freaking amazing. Now, there's a few songs that I freaking hate. All right. And they're super skippable in my opinion. I don't want to say hate, but they're just not my cup of tea. Like I just didn't dig them. Mirror, I'm not really a fan of Kendrick Lamar's like slow jam sounding tracks. That's just me. Like when he does those, I know he does at least one or two of those songs on every record or every project that he does, but I'm just not digging it. I've never really digged his slow jam vibes. And then he has Die Hard. I think that's the song with Blast. I didn't like that one either. Silent Hill, didn't like that one either. Rich Spirit, didn't like that either. And Savior, which is a song with Baby Keem, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Baby Keem either. Although I feel like Kendrick is co-signing the shit out of this guy, and I really feel like he's pushing him down our throats like ridiculous. And as much as he pushes, like I'm not buying into this fucking Baby Keem hype. Like he's making it seem like Baby Keem is the next up, and it's like I don't fucking see it like at all. Baby Keem sounds like a kid that has like nasal allergies that got punched in his mouth, and he has braces and his lips swelled up. That's the voice that Keem has, and it irritates the shit out of me. I don't see Keem's potential. I don't see the hype behind this dude. I just don't get it like at all, and I don't understand why he pushes Baby Keem so damn hard. Uh, who knows? I know that he's signed to his label, uh, but I still don't see the hype behind it. I don't see the cosign behind it. Every great artist always has that one damn artist that they find this one person that they really feel like has this massive potential, and then they try to push them as like their protege, and it never pans out. Because I remember Game had Juice from Arizona. He was pushing that guy fucking hard, and that shit never happened. There's just so many artists that a lot of platinum artists really tried to push, and it just never freaking happened for them. And it's like it sucks, but at the same time, like you can't create a next up based off of your buzz, you know. And I know Baby King's been doing his own shit, and it seems like just until recently he kind of got linked up with Kendrick, and Kendrick really started putting his name behind him and pushing the narrative. But I don't know. I don't like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of Baby King. That's just me though. But overall as a whole, this album is a very, very meticulous, thought-provoking piece of work. But I question the replay value of this album. This album doesn't really have replay value, in my opinion. I can't see myself like constantly playing all of these tracks over and over and over again, like I do with Good Kid, Mad City, or To Pimp a Butterfly. Those are two albums that I constantly come back to all the time, you know. And a lot of people are saying, like, "Oh, there's another masterpiece. Oh, there's another classic." I wouldn't be so quick to name this album a classic. It is a very, very artistic piece of work, but I am not dubbing this a classic at all. Um, like I said, I really feel like it's the potential's there. I love the message. Kendrick Lamar is a very inspiring person, but I just don't see this being like a classic. This is probably, I want to low key say this is one of his weaker projects. I don't know, because I still got To Pimp a Butterfly is number one. Good Kid, Mad City's over this too, and it's like a tug of war wrestling match with this and Damn. So I got to really listen to this because I've heard Damn a lot. So I got to listen to this a little bit more before I figure out like which order it is. But definitely, this album to me isn't better than To Pimp a Butterfly, nor is it better than Good Kid, Mad City. The production on this album is freaking fantastic. Kudos to Soundwave and everybody that participated on the album. They did a really good job. Shout outs to Kendrick for doing something different. Shout outs to him for being thought provoking and always like doing what he does. And it was crazy listening to this album. He said that the reason why he sat out and he didn't put out music was because there was nothing that inspired him. And it wasn't until recently where he was inspired. And I wonder if it was because he went to therapy, or maybe it was because he had kids. I don't know, but it's just crazy, man. Like I said, shout outs to Kendrick. I'm a huge Kendrick fan. Every time he puts out something, I'm going to check it out, and I'm always going to keep it 100%. And I'm going to tell you what it is. But to be honest, I question the replay value of this album. I definitely don't have it above To Pimp a Butterfly or Good Kid, Mad City. But it is something that I'm going to have to sit with a little bit longer in order to really give you in order to tell you like where it falls at within his album rankings. But this is I've listened to the album at least like 2 times, and I feel like that's why it took me a while to kind of give you this review because I really want to listen to it. Like I know people come out and they rush and they're like, "Oh, I want to hurry up and get my review out first." But I really wanted to make sure I listened, sat down and listened to the album, and really understood the message and the theme of the album, and really took in the musical aspect of the album before I came here and did this review with you. So that's all I got. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys have a magnificent day. Adios, homies.